And welcome Paul Ratman Coy. Today's projects. Shitty weather outside, it's actually pissing down. So not the best weather for doing projects, but today's project is I'm going to be repairing my timber pond under the pergola. Got a small leak down there. From around the window. Empty this one out, take the fish out of there and put them into the corner pond over there just for a few months. So you can see where it's been leaking there. It's obviously leaking on the window, and it's just, I don't want to rot all the wood, so I'm gonna fix that, sort that out. So I'll continue taking the panels off. The water's pissing out there. I think it's gone on the window, I think. But I'll continue taking that panelling off. So I've managed to get all the front off there. You can see where all the leaks are. So just slowly taking all the front panelling off. I'll do this side now. Water's slowly draining now into the drain. Fish are all happy in there. I'll just give them a feed, so they're pretty happy. So slowly getting there. That's one of the side panels removed now. Take the tops off as well. I'm going to replace all the side panels here. I'm going to put new capping on the top as well, just to tidy it up. It was looking a little bit messy. So I've also started taking all the brushes out of here now. All the filter system. Pump, take the lid off. Take all the brushes out, and what I'll do then is I'll take all these out. I'm going to give them a good clean, rethink the filter system, clean all the windows around here, it's getting a bit messy, and then redo all the panelling on the outside and repair the leak in the window. So that's the first filter valve removed. Just empty all that out now. So getting there slowly. Just need to clean all this here. You can see all the cobwebs everywhere. So it needs a good clean. I need to then empty this one out here. So slowly getting there. That tank's emptied out now. I just need to dismantle it all now. So just emptying all the bottom drain now. I just pulled all the capping off, so I just empty all the remaining water in there. But yeah, I just pulled all the capping off there, so it's just emptying the last chamber. The top now, just remove all this now, and then yeah, it's all stripped then, ready for some new panelling. And then once I've repaired the inside, I'll crank it all back up together. I want to make it all a little bit neater, looks a bit shabby. Yeah, I want to really tidy this up. But yeah, it's a solid old tank. So I've taken all the black silicone from around the edges now. All I have to do now with the glass window is clean up all the edges. Yeah, so it's been leaking through the top over here. So I need to reseal it all. But I'm going to put another layer of fiberglass just over the edge there, just to protect all these sides here. I want to do it properly this time. And then just reseal all around the surface with some silicone gap sealer. So I've re-fiberglassed all around the reveal of the window now. I just put a floor coat on yesterday. So all I need to do now is just tape up the window and then reseal all around the edges there. Then it'll be all good. So I've put tape all the way around now, just to make it a lot more cleaner when I put the silicone on. I'll show you what silicone I'm using. You just buy this from your local hardware store in Australia. And it's just the Marine Flex high performance adhesive sealant. And it's black, it's waterproof, seal for joints, gaps, even underwater for boats and tanks. Does a great job. So that's all the edges sealed now. Absolute bagger of a job. This black sealant gets everywhere. So I'll have to now let that dry now for a few hours. And I'll just scrape off the bits of masking tape which is around the bottom here. And that should be okay. But I'm hoping that that now seals it all. The problem what's caused it to leak over the year is that you can see it's just quite a bend there at the top. That's where I've probably over topped it up and it's got down the back of the timber and with the pressure as well. But it's just caused that top to bow slightly. So you can get a better angle from this way. So you can just see there where it's bowing along the top. And that's what's caused it to leak. But hopefully now the window should be all sealed. That's the first chamber, first filter box back in place. I'll put this second one now, which will be down here. At the bottom of filter box 2, I just put some stainless steel mesh at the bottom, and this here is the airline. So I'll plug the airline into it. And then I've just got small holes in this bottom here, and just air rises to the top, bubbles rise to the top. That's the second filter chamber now connected up. So basically goes to the bottom drain, comes up down there into the first chamber here. So it comes in here. I'm going to put a 90 on there, goes to the bottom, and then the water rises, comes to this chamber here, down there, into the next chamber. And then I'll have a pump in here, which will return the water. So I'll fill it up now. I'll fill the pond up first of all, and see how many litres it takes. See how many litres it takes. I've isolated the filter boxes for the time being, just until I check around the window. So it's past the first line of the glass, no leaks, so fingers crossed, should be okay. How much we got so far? 1,300 litres. So the water's full to the top now and it's not leaking, which is great. Total volume 2,549. So here I am at my local hardware store called Pannelling's, just getting my pine decking now. So I'm going to use this 90 by 22 mil for the cover the outside of the pond. Back home from the hardware store, I'll get the first piece in first of all. Get that screwed on. You can see the bow now in the top there. So I'm going to pack this side up here just to make it level. Be okay once I put the top on. Once I put the plinth on top, that'll cover it all up. Right, get cracking. First few panels are attached. That's the tricky part around the window. But it's going pretty good. Once I've done it all, then I'll saw these off down there just to level them all up. So I've got to put a door on here. So I'll be popping a door there, and then this side will be here be solid, and then I'm going to get a removable lid, what and just lift off. Starts to take shape now. It's halfway down. So getting there slowly. Getting there slowly. Bit of messing around with the corners because, like I said, it is warped. But I'm trying to get it as straight as possible and as straight as possible around the windows, which is the most important thing. But slowly getting there. So I've done a full day today. trying to get this finished, but I've run out of timber, so I need to get a couple more lengths. A couple of the lengths were really warped, so I just chopped them up. But I should finish that then next week. Back to work tomorrow, but it's looking good. Once it's all finished, and then I put the door on there as well, put a lid on, and then paint it all, it looked pretty good. Yeah, at least it tidies it up a bit. So I've completed the fill of the tank now, and it's approximately 3,000 litres, including the filter box. So I'm just about to turn the tap off now, and that is reading there 450 litres, and then 2,550 the other day I topped it up. So total amount is 3,000 litres. So I'm just going to cut some lengths here now for the edge of the pond. Starting to take shape now, just got to finish this framework off. So once I mount this to the height, I can put this side panel on. Framework for one side finished now. I need to put some panelling now along here. I did make a start the other day, but I just thought I'd spin the camera around, give you a look and let you know what's been happening. I haven't posted for the last probably month and a half, 2 months. Been pretty busy with work, but back into it again. Sun shining today, even though it's been pissing down. Sun is shining. Fish are all doing well. Yeah, they're still hungry for food. I'm actually feeding them wheat germ at present. I've put the net over the top because they have been jumping and flashing a little bit with the rain, but they're looking pretty good. Excuse the net there, I'll just roll the net up. This is only temporary, this net. I don't like putting nets on, they look pretty ugly, but just temporary. But the fish are doing well, water's nice and clear. The actual Deutsch shower, they're not doing too bad, not eating a lot, but it is cold now. The water's only about 14 degrees, but they're still happy in there, but just not eating. And then I've got the other pond in the corner. They're all doing well as well, and they're all from last year's. These are still eating, but not as much because the water is cold. I've been having a few problems with the fence blew down, so I need to get that repaired from the insurance company. We've had some pretty bad storms and it blew all the fence down. Slowly starting to take shape now. I've completed just the framework now. All I need to do now is put the door on here and then a lid. I've also started putting the tops on as well. I've used double the planks. I've put the corner beads on just to tidy up the corners, so it's starting to look good now. All I need to do now is just work out the door and the lid, and then it should be finished. All completed. It's taken me about a day and a half, but all completed now. Got a movable lid, the door which you've got access to flush the drains, and the bottom filter boxes. Got a lift off lid and just lift it off now, pop it on. A little bit easier, not too bad. Once it's all painted, it'll come up pretty good. Yeah, a bit of a job because the tank was warped and also the floor's not level as well, so a bit of messing about. But I managed to get it all done. So on today's task, I've got a few more things to do with my grow-on pond underneath the pergola. I've got to complete and seal the timber, and also I've got to do a few more things as well. So yeah, so today's tasks, I'm going to seal these up here, these gaps where I've doubled up with the timber, just to make it more waterproof. I've got to tidy a few things up, just take a little bit off the top of here as well. It's a little bit high. Take a little bit off the top of there and just tidy up the filter box. But I've completed the lid now. So my first task, I'm just going to seal these gaps up here. Just got a bit of gap sealer. Just sealing these gaps. Just so the water doesn't run in between the two planks, because I have used two planks on the top here and I don't want the water to run into it. This way, just put some gap sealer between the two gaps, make it a bit more waterproof. Just a bit of a wet rag just to wipe the residue off. And this should seal those gaps. So I'll do this all the way around the top now. Once I've done, I'll get back to you. So all I'll do now is just finish off. As you can see, I've gap filled all these now. Just go over any gaps. Then just get a wet rag just to smooth it off. That will fill all the gaps in, stop it from swelling up so the water can't get in there. Once it's dried, then over the next few weeks, once all the saps come out of the timber, I'll then give it a couple of coats of paint. But that's all sealed up now. So I've gone all the way across there. I've sealed around the window. I've sealed underneath here as well. I've just got to do this bit here. So I'll just do underneath here, and then it's all completed. So all I'll do is just run a bead of this gap sealer across the top, just to seal the small gap there. And then just with my finger and a bit of wet rag just over the top, and that's all done and dusted. That's all the panels sealed now. A little bit there. So it's all sealed now, all the way around. That'll stop all the water getting in between, and with the winter it will expand, but looks nice and tidy now. My next project is making the tub for in here, which will be a moving bed before returning back to the pond. He's drilling some holes in the bottom of there for the K1 and K2 media. So I'm taking it out of that thing there, that laundry basket, and I'm going to put it in here. So I'm going to drill the holes through here now. So I just drill these holes around the edge. Pretty easy. Just do them all around the edge. all around the edge. One row of holes. I'll do another one now around the edge here, and then one around the middle there, and then one round there. I'll do 2 more rows now, one round here and one round here. All the bottom done now, all the holes are on the bottom. I'll do some now along the sides, because I'll start going up the sides now. All the way around now, I've drilled the holes down all the sides. I don't want to do any more holes, otherwise it'll just spoil the integrity of the bin and make it a little bit flimsy. But it's not too bad now. I've done all the bottom and all down the sides, so plenty of water can get inside there. I'll pop it inside this filter box here now and see how it looks for size and everything else. This is the filter box for chamber 2, so it's full of K1, K2. Testing it before I put the lid on, attach the lid, but it's working fine there. It's turning that media over in there. It's going to sit. So this is just a dustbin from the local hardware store. Drill holes through the bottom and sides, and that's how it's going to sit in there. So the lid's quite tight now. The media's bubbling quite nice and working fine now. I'm going to change this here. This pump here, I'm going to go along here and I'm going to bring it out the back over there, so it goes underneath the lid at the back there where there's a gap, and it'll come in from the back wall there. But I'm just testing it, make sure it's all working fine. Yeah, the media's turning there, beautiful. So first chamber, second chamber, and then return back to the pond. Made a spray bar as well. I'm going to drill some holes along there now, and that's going to sit on the back wall there, and then it's going to be attached to the end of the pump. That way then it'll spray the water into the pond. Bit of variation. So it works. That's just a bit of a spray bar. That's going to go over there. So what I'll do is I'll have it on the edge like that, so that it just disperses into the water. That's how the spray bar is going to fit, but it's going to be on this side over here, so it'll face the window, and then it'll distribute the water evenly in the middle of the pond. All I have to now is just connect this bit to the other side over there. Connect it to there. It'll be in the middle, somewhere around there, and then it'll be in the middle of the window. That's where eventually it's going to go. Once I level it all up and connect it all up to the pump there, I'll do that next week. I've got to go to work tonight. Good old night shift. But yeah, look nice then when it's on there. Once it's all connected up, that's just to hold the media lid down, and I've got the pump on the top there, so it sucks all the clean water from the top. So the water comes in at the bottom, dirty water sinks to the bottom, fresh water rises, goes through the media, through the K2, and then back into the pond through the fresh water at the top of the barrel. So we're getting there. Take me a few days, but it's looking nice now. So all I've done now is I've put a 25mm fitting on the end of the pump, 90 elbow, and I've connected this flexible hose. Then at the other end, I've just put a 25mm fitting, which will then glue onto there, so it'll be like that. But I'll put it all together and get the spray bar in place. So hopefully it should work well, and with this flexible hose, at least then I can manipulate it around the back. So spray bar is all fitted now. It's working pretty good. I'm happy with that. And it's not causing too much flow in the water, but it is moving the surface of the water, adding a little bit more oxygen, moving the water at the top around as well. I just kept it back there. So yeah, I'm happy with that. Okay, it's been a bit of a challenging job this, just to get all the levels right. But I've left it off the floor there just for any water underneath, get a bit of an air underneath. All they do now is paint it. In a few weeks time, let this timber dry out a little bit first of all, because it does expand and shrink with the winter and the hot weather. It is middle of winter, but sometimes you get a couple of nice days, about 18-20 degrees. So the timber does expand and shrink. So I'll allow a bit of time for that to happen, and then I'll paint it all. I'm pretty happy with that. I'll let that cycle now for a few days. I'll put some fish in, make sure there's no leaks nowhere, and then I'll probably use this as a quarantine tank for the time being.